When we think about success, success is often this very broad term that encompasses so many different things. For this national study that looks at 100 children of incarcerated parents, we had an opportunity to allow the children to define success for themselves. Oftentimes, we gained an understanding of the status quo definition, where individuals accomplish things that are outside of them, like school and a job and getting a home, getting married, and doing things of that sort, which we know are very important. On the other side of the coin, we were able to identify that some children of incarcerated parents succeeded with their own definitions. Today, we're going to hear from a plethora of individuals that are going to share what their definitions of success are. So we'll start with that question. If you could just kind of reintroduce yourself and let us know how you define success.
Hello, my name is Quanice Jones. I am 28 years old and I am the child of an incarcerated parent. And I believe that my story shows that I have been very resilient. And to me, success means love. And I believe that success means love because I really at the age of, I graduated from nursing school. I know that when people think of success, they think career and college and all of those kind of things. But because I was in a situation where I kind of did the normal status quo path, and I was able to go to college and hit those major accomplishments that they told me were important, at the end of all of that, I didn't still feel happy and I didn't feel successful. And I honestly believe that that is what inspired me to dig deeper, because I often looked around and said I had everything that I want and I'm still unhappy and I still feel empty inside. And I look at my life now and I have to think, what is my life filled with that it wasn't filled with before, that now I feel successful and I didn't before? And I believe that it's love. And I believe that it's the love that I have with God, for God. I've strengthened my foundation and my faith, and having a relationship with God has definitely allowed me to love myself. I believe that you can't pour from an empty vessel. So loving myself has contributed to me having healthy relationships with my family and with my son's father. And I just believe that love is the answer. I believe that love is the most important thing. And I feel successful and I am successful because I'm surrounded and filled with love.
Wow, so powerful. So can you share with us some of your top successes and just talk to us a little bit about them?
Well, I survived having an absent parent in my life for many years. And so that even is a success. I graduated high school. My mother, made sure that I had everything that I needed, that I still was able to maintain a great relationship with my father. And I believe that that is what's important. That the fact that my mother cultivated a space for me to always have an open door policy with my dad, no matter how much time has passed, that we lost contact, or he may have been transferred to another prison and our number may have been changed. So the fact that my mother had that open policy with him and kind of had just a good relationship with him, where she felt comfortable enough, although he wasn't there to help her take care of me. And she still felt comfortable and she still encouraged me to have a positive relationship with my father to the best of our ability. So I believe that that is a success, because we made do with what we had and we still try to maintain the family dynamic with limited resources.
Wow. That's amazing. And that definitely does speak to your definition of love. That's the first time that I've heard it defined in that way. And I love it because it allows for different angles and different dynamics, all the different individuals, including yourself, starting with self-love,
right.
And then also giving it and also receiving. So it's
the receiving part was very difficult for me. That was very difficult. So even with that, I just believe that success can be so broad and it can mean so many different things, but I believe that it's an individual preference. So you know, um, love is so important to me, and the lack of self-love that I had, um and the low worth feeling and the low self-esteem, and I believe that a lot of that has to do with, abandonment, and having an absent parent, and just feeling like I didn't belong because I didn't have that dynamic, that family dynamic. And I it instead of ignoring it, and being consumed and with distractions and pain and drugs, and don't get me wrong, I've experienced all different kind of things, but still choosing to try to push, and to move, and and to find a way and make a way without no way. And I believe that that is success. And I'm 28 years old, and I've been in therapy for several years, and off and on at different time periods in my life. And just the fact that I'm believing in mental health, and believing in therapy, and believing in healing, and actually trying to advocate for it, encouraging members in my family who still believe that therapy is taboo.
Right.
So, and don't feel comfortable going and sitting and talking to someone. And me going to therapy has actually encouraged me to go and become a clinician. My therapist is a woman of color, and I believe that that has made a very big difference in my process for healing. I've had several different therapists over the years, and this one is the one that was really able to break down those walls and help me get to those deep, dark places that I really, really, really didn't want to visit. And she's a woman of color, and I when I realized that, I think that that was why I was able to trust her. I said, this is what we need. We need more people of color who are in doctor roles and clinician roles and therapist roles, so we can feel comfortable with our healing. We have so many years and generations of trauma that is still in our body that we need to release because we're not talking about it.
Right.
And so I believe that therapy, and being successful in therapy, and actually it working, is a success for me.
Right. Wow. Thank you so much. For all of you guys who are out there viewing, please make sure that at the end of the recording that you press play again. There are a lot of jewels that were dropped, and I really hope that you guys go back and listen slowly. There are pathways to success, and in this short response, there you could hopscotch along the path that was just kind of paved. And not an easy path, a path with holes, and a path with things that you have to jump over, and a path of darkness, and a path of fear. So please do make sure that you go back and listen to these videos and to the voices of those individuals that are directly impacted. It is time in the world now that we begin to turn the table and invite those individuals that are the experts, the true experts. And those are the individuals that have lived it, that continue to live it. And you can hear it in the narrative. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for all that you just gave, in that response. And I know it's going to make a difference in someone's life, because just hearing it for myself brings happiness into my soul. Thank you.
Thank you.